Well, not today at least. Hi Ryan, how's it going tonight? Saw that they posted a couple announcements on the official Discord. Didn't look like anything too exciting. They had some compensation chest for the short notice on the alliance tournaments, which I thought was a little bit weird and a little bit funny, but compensation chests are a good thing when when especially for something like that where it's not something that's broken. I was collecting my a few of my chests earlier and got a lot of points towards whatever events were popping today. I closed out the officer shard acquisition without even knowing I needed to get officer shards. So it's good to know that they didn't put that all the way up to like 10 million officer shards were required or something. I don't know if that's their motive is like there's gonna be like one easy one and one hard one. 17 billion ROM rep over the rep event. Oof. But if there's an event for it, I mean there's no time like the present. I'm gonna be trying to keep on working on Augment Exile rep. So we're killing Klingon armadas. Well, the good thing is like those hours is kind of like a good time to do it and then take a quick break, do something else for a little bit. Yeah, for 17 billion is a little bit more reasonable than 470. That's not what I wanted. And the last one was Veil. But yeah, I mean anytime there's like a rep grinding event, it's a really good excuse to get you out and sometimes get that extra push. I'm pretty sure I don't have her unlocked yet. not quite. DTI credits? That's a lot of credits to unlock yet. I don't have. I'm not quite there yet. Yeah, the augment ones, if she's available for me, or is she just in the recruit chest thing? Yeah, a little bit there. It won't take long to get her. It won't take long to get her at all. I was even thinking about the. No, I was talking about Vale. Oh, more Augment Exile events. I was thinking it was going to be like undisturbed grinding time, but there will be competition. I was able to go out and get a few of the DUIs last night. I think I'll be able to put a pretty decent chunk into that because it's 2 days again. 74. I don't think that's the super. I don't think that's the super heroic one. I mean, it's still a high effort one, but it's all a matter of whether it can go alongside of something else. Because like the chaos attack one, you can do some decent damage there probably. Use hostiles today. Takes 100 of them. I mean, first tier's still paying at least. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's still paying. Yeah, where did I see? Like 56 is where I can start doing the loot crew. That's just a little under 400. It's definitely doable in 2 days. It'd be a little bit easier on a Saturday than it is on a Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, join the reputation events. I really don't want to do this Armada one. I imagine that there's gonna be some competition for some solos. Maybe not. Hey, I think that's the first time somebody used my alert command that I set up. I'm gonna throw Odo and anti-Troy on this ship. See, how do I want to do this one? And then I can use a third ship of just about anything. That's gonna be able to get the warp range. Yeah, 1100. I don't think so. Gonna try to do proto matter task tomorrow. Every time I try to prep for one, it never pops up for me. I got done with trying to prep for them. I just gotta take them as they come at this point now, finally. Okay, let's get Grush freed up. I could use a 5-minute right now. I don't think that was any help. Yeah, it was a 12-hour. So I'll let that one expire on its own. Get these ships out to work anyways. How close is this one? 840. That's not that close. Voyager can make it out there, I think. Yeah, why not? A ship's a ship in the long run. So Klingon armadas. That would be Jordy. Okay, I haven't gone all the way yet. I didn't set a back command. Whoops. Minor details. I need to add that to my list of things to do. Actually, I might be using that one already. I'm using back already. I'm using unlurk for the returning from work. Happy to see things work. I forgot to even test these. I meant to do that. I never got around to it. I do want to repurpose the back one though. That seems like that's a better use of it than what I'm using currently. Because I'm using that for when I get back from a break. I'll have to think about that one. As long as I can keep it straight, that's all that matters. I got my officers spread out so much right now. Usually when I'm doing these armadas, I don't have this many below deck slots available, so it's not that easy to completely fill them. Use warp speed. I was in need of stocking up on these credits pretty bad anyways. This is gonna be good if I can. Oh wait, these are rares. I thought these were the uncommons. Uncommons back here. I don't think my Voyagers are gonna handle a hazard system. Because rares, I don't remember if there is a rare assignment for or a rare task for doing the G6 armadas, but yeah, the counter for chaos tech, trials and tribulations, FKR event, pinnacle of power. I don't think that still scored. So that has to be solo. You're gonna try to upgrade all your specialty buildings? That's a great plan. Just even getting it out of the way, even if you're not planning on upgrading like immediately, just having that done. Anything that you have that can be a prerequisite, especially if you have second builder. If you have second builder, then you can do all like the oddball buildings alongside of that to keep if you need it for your dailies or one of the events or something like that that has the requirements for it. All right, so chaos attack. Cisco's Armada challenge. Uh, that's weird. There's a 10K task for upgrading Armada's center or command center. Or Or is that something like along the lines of a spend? Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, just so happens to be mine's on an upgrade right now. This is like I don't know if how this is gonna work because this was multiple levels, going from like 55 to 57 or something like that. So I don't know if it's gonna pay out all the stuff for the levels in between, or if it's just gonna be the one for the high level. Yeah, I'll wait for the task because I didn't think about that one because that's got 200 and some odd days on it. So I wish there was a good way to see what the thing is set for now. Because it's tough to see some of that stuff when you've got it already going. Well, I was more curious. I don't remember what level I was actually upgrading it to. I guess I could probably use Spock's Club to estimate the days. I think that I'm not actually certain if that actually shows the days to build too. Yeah, that shows time. 55 to 57 is 211 days. So I must be going to 58. Because 58 would be 326 days. And then with I probably had exocomps running at the time and Alliance helps. That would shave off like what 33 days. Yeah. So that's 3 levels of that stuff. You're not ready for the 61? To be honest, there's the only thing that really changes is the hostiles that you really gotta hit. Uh, you like there's a little bit of growing pain and starting to get the Sigma speed ups. The repair stuff you won't really have to worry about for a while. I imagine you might be getting some of the speed ups already. I don't know if that would be something that they're paying out in events or maybe some of the, like, the rewards and missions and stuff you might have been able to get into. Or, like, I don't know, like, some of the stores for, like, the refineries or faction stores for, like, the Revenant or DTI or anything like that. Oh, they don't show in the rewards chests when you get them? It's kind of just a hidden thing? I mean, the good thing is, like, with, like, the ore crystal and gas, you can still mine that with a regular faction miner. It just has to be it has to be G6 if you're gonna mine par steel, titanium, or dilithium. And I think the ship parts do also require that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's certain aspects of the game where it's hidden from view because it's not technically relevant yet. Although they're not afraid of showing you all the other crap you can't use. This officer shard acquisition seems to be stuck in a pay loop or something. Well, that was a lot better than doing it earlier last week with the actual faction G5 armadas. Herding cats is rough. Okay, since I'm out and about. No, I want to change crews. Yeah, if you want to save on bells, that's definitely a good time to grind rep because those hostels will do you real good. The Echo Papa. Pretty sure I got that one on the last month's run. Or was it the Godsend? The Godsend. I didn't get the Echo Papa. I wasn't able to complete the ATA store one, the ATA event for the P1s either. If I would have been smart and prioritizing the completion percentage instead of the crit percentage, I would have been able to complete it no problem. But I was dumb and I was trying to focus on the crit percentage because with the regular ATAs, they're kind of a gimme on the completion percentage. I'm also event motivated. Like, I don't grind for the sake of grinding. Like it's got to have some kind of objective attached. If I'm trying to get the blueprints for a ship unlocked, heck yeah, I'll grind that out till it's done. I'll sit down and every waking moment I will go attack hostiles. The augment rep, like I'm getting close to the point where I'm probably gonna start doing like my lunch break and my morning coffee break and my afternoon coffee break at work and knock out a haul real quick on each one of those. Just try to get that finished. Because I'm behind. I'm behind on that bad right now. Did a lot of augment grinding to do a double pull, and then I was gonna do double pull planetary, but I still didn't have enough currency. Yeah, it takes a lot to really get that sustained. Like if you're doing single pulls, it's really easy to keep it going, but the double pulls are it takes a lot of effort. Which they did make it easier by increasing the commons and stuff. Because that would cut the grind almost in half. A $20 pack for trial bills. Yeah, this officer shard acquisition one keeps popping. I kind of wish it would keep paying me all the planetary tokens. Yeah, I think for doing the events, it's hard to have enough on hand, but I feel like just on like the day to day running of away teams assignments, I think those are pretty sustainable. I mean, they're 4 days. I'm not gonna just burn 4 days right off rip. Like I'll advance it like 2 days if I'm feeling, a little rambunctious. I did get double pulls yesterday and the day before, I think. I didn't get good luck on the I didn't get good RNG on it, so I wasn't able to get enough stuff for it. I was about a day short. Well, like today, I advanced it. I only had 400 points left, so any pass would have gotten me through it. Yeah, I thought I enabled a warning, like a 2-minute warning or something like that, or a 3-minute warning for ad breaks. So that stuff's a little funky. So I need to collect my officer depot thing. And the other revenge chip thing. Oh, good pulls on both. I keep on getting confused about which store is taking which currency now. So, like, the Godsend is one that I've already gotten. So I've already got half of one of those. Yeah, I kind of wish that they would. I wish you'd had like a really good snapshot of how many of these things you might have too. Like if they had like it does with the officers, where it's one out of how many. I thought for a little bit that they were doing some kind of an easy snapshot like that, but I don't know if I dreamt that and thought it was a thing, but I thought the details tab actually showed you what you had. I also thought that the uh the level shown here was your current level you were at. I was looking through one of the other spots where they have either Forbidden Tech or Chaos Tech, and I was seeing the ones that were up there, and I was like, "Oh, well, they should like drop." I know like there's a justifiable reason to be able to take more of the stuff that you have unlocked, but they could like separate that out into a separate area of like unlocked tech or something. Because like I would be mad if I thought I was getting the Echo Papa and I'm getting Godsend. I'd have to submit a ticket and then I'd have to wait around for that ticket to be tended to, which may or may not align with the end of that store. So augment exile grinding, chaos text, that goes hand in hand. This is spending officer depot tokens. And then Tech Tuesday. Yeah. The do you have the projectiles unlocked already? Countdown cannon? I don't know if that one's been out for a while or whatever, but I know that they had a mitigation one like that already. Or if that's just a G6 thing. All right, divide and conquer time. I'm going to set up max loot crew. Except I'm going to swap out blocks. And I'm going to add in chapel. And that's good enough for now. Yeah, the Alliance has been doing the Klingon armadas in like the higher G4 space. Some of the smaller players. There was a group of them that were working together. We had almost like an all hands on deck for the last one. We had 5 or 6 of us that were running them, taking turns, getting them staggered pretty nicely. It works kind of nice if you can get like 3 people rotating, so they're like 5 minutes apart or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't take long to run out of speed ups. And then it's beyond tedious. You kind of just hope that somebody else can take over for you. But yeah, it's like something like that. It's almost worth dropping down to like a 53 system or whatever, where you might have full command of the entire system and be able to stagger them off like 3 minutes apart or something. The the Reliance are starting to get pretty big, it looks like. Rev came in here on Saturday or whatever, and he was trying to get me to go start dating OPL Reliance. See, like one like that would be worth. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, I got distracted and I got killed. No, I didn't get killed. That was some good points there. Wanted to stop that thing before I lost track. I was trying to determine if I had a ship that had enough hull on it to make it worthwhile to try to do an OPL hit. I mean, I can't because that's an ally, but be a quick way to start the next war on server 34, I tell you that much. Oh, here I go and I stop my own hostile, and then I hit somebody else's because I'm not paying attention. Whoops. I thought I was doing this all nice and coordinated in effort. Trying to give myself an opportunity to not make mistakes, make it easy on myself, not have to pay attention. Well, and I just laughed at somebody I don't know if it was last stream for hitting mine. Well, I didn't really laugh at him. I was like, I didn't know if it was on purpose or if it was an accident. But I did say thank you either way. But I haven't done it in a while. I'm also usually in the higher systems, so I'm usually very specific on following the battle triangle, so I don't have to worry about it. I mean, I just need to be in the habit of not attacking the interceptors, I guess. Stay away from those. You don't have to have the threat of hitting them by accident. Ooh, DY. Now, what are the chances of not dying? Well, I guess I already know the chances. No, I died. Well, I survive against the D7, but I die against the DY. There we go. That's a little better. That one took almost the same path. Oh, come on. I canceled. It's testing me tonight. Oh, and they had the Pioneer credit spend event running the other night too. I picked the wrong event or picked the wrong research item. I ended up picking like the XP officer XP one, which isn't bad. I was trying to do the next level of the research efficiency one though. The away team's research, the whatever the first officer XP one was, it like unlocks an XP like a higher chance to get XP on an ATA or high XP paying ATA or something like that. I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, this Officer XP acceleration adds the chance to get standard away team assignments, which reward significantly more Officer XP than existing assignments. So it looks like it's like 5 times the Officer XP, which is not something I would have really targeted by any means. Officer XP is not something that I generally struggle with. Still working on the stat bonuses. Yeah, I haven't really gotten too deep into that yet. I unlocked the first tier to get up to the uncommon unlock. Yeah, to unlock the uncommon assignments. And then I did the second tier of the Apex shredding. And then I think the rerouting the shields I had to get up to here to do this one or something. I don't remember. It was prerequisite to something else, I think. But I was trying to do this node. I'm trying to get this node maxed out as far as I can for the efficiency on the credit spend. But I clicked on this one by accident. I didn't double check. I just clicked and sent it. I thought about doing the rare one, but I don't trust that I'd be able to really even complete them at this point. I think maybe once I get a couple more officers unlocked that have like the trade XP, it might net like a pretty decent benefit then, but I mean, I imagine that they're paying out really good on the Pioneer credits. I don't know if they're also 7 days long or something too, but oh, I forgot this was also ranked on the level of hostile that you're hitting. That's what I've been doing for pretty much all of them right now, Ryan, is just ignore. That's what I've learned I should be doing is ignoring the crit percent and just doing the regular success percent, because if I aim for the crit percentage, most of the time I'm only getting like a 60%, and I was failing way too many of them. Especially when it came to the ones where they had the events tied to it, because you didn't get any points for getting a failure. Yeah, I definitely see the advantage of doing the stat researches for sure. And if I really wanted to dig into it, I could probably start looking at the spreadsheets of the away teams assignments and start focusing on, like building stats for the ones that I really want to have a good chance of critting and stuff too, and getting the officer, um, getting the traits unlocked for the ones that I really want. I kind of did that with the first ATAs. I made a priority towards um the way team's research credits, and that gave me a good opportunity to start unlocking some of the extra ships and stuff with that. And then I did a priority towards the like mud. I think what is it, mud and LaForge were like the two that is like really common ones for the officer credits. Just being able to focus on the ones that were really important and get those traits maxed out as soon as possible. But there's a lot more trade XP in the game now, so it doesn't take long to build it up to get that unlocked more too. Because I used to have to save up for like a month or two to be able to do like a good leaderboard position on something like that or clear out an SMS, but now it's like 2 weeks. Which may be a little hit or miss with depending on the RNG of some certain chests and stuff. All right, I'm gonna try to get this Q's trial started. I've been trying to do that for a bit now. Why did that Q end? I had 5. Your Shara failed me. This ship's almost full of cargo anyways. I haven't looked that deep either to see how far that research is going there. I know I just did the ones in the I finished off the ones in the Galaxy research last month. Which they made a difference. They made a difference on my ships. Because like the Cube and the Negvar really take advantage of getting that next tier. Plus a lot of the lower decks officers I'm getting ranked up to like rank 3 and 4 now too. Or 5 for some of them. Officer growth has been very, very, very accelerated here in 2025. I feel like there's been a lot more a lot more movement on officers, and the newer ones are getting cycled in a lot quicker. And I still haven't figured out exactly where all these dang trial bells ended up coming from neither. I don't know if the refinery for it has that big of a chance to be able to get the big trial bells. Yeah, that's where it came from. I hit the whip one day and I got 3,000 trial bells. Oh no, the officer acquisition I think has been really going well this year because seems like the more officers they've been adding, it's been easy to get them cycled in and start working on ranking them really quick. Instead of taking like 6 months for them to make them available, it's like next series. I mean, heck, Joaquin was in the event store. Well, was it the event store? No, it wasn't the event store, but it was still in the officer list. You know, like he wouldn't have been in there last year. They wouldn't have snuck him in there that quick. And like I think I've got almost all of my Voyager officers maxed now. I think all the ones with the below deck abilities. Which was a big goal that I had because getting that 100% chance for applying the status to whatever you're up against was really neat. Yeah, I mean that's true. He is a little bit of an outlier just because yeah, the acquisition's a little bit different, but it was still interesting to see that they put him in there. Because I've always kind of assumed like it was a little bit of a monetization technique, but I guess he's always been available for free technically. Maybe he is less of an outlier than I was giving it credit for. But I've been able to circle back and get some of the officers that I've missed and catch up on a few things. I think they've done a pretty good job of making sure that there's a lot of variability in the store. I think there's still a couple of officers that people were asking about, you know, like sourcing like on some of the shakedown cruise ones. But I think that's less for wanting to use them and just more about wanting to have them at that point. There are definitely some officers that can be and possibly should be forgotten about. Yeah, Darwin and Hadley. I think Hadley was the one somebody was just asking about in my Alliance chat. Yeah, they definitely help with ship XP, and I will definitely put them to use if I'm doing doing an auto grind in Yarda or something. Yeah, event stores. I feel they've been doing a pretty decent job with the event stores. It's taken a while to get used to their everything is a token mechanism, you know, but having that choice option has been really fantastic. Like just for me this month, everything that I've purchased has been ore because ore is the item that I'm needing for upgrading everything right now. And I was able to get everything I needed to do like my last the lithium warehouse and storage, and I was able to do my refinery and my operations center mostly off of what I got from this month. And I've also got a very, very, very good jump start to getting my shuttle bay up to where I need to so I can make the move with the for be able to do the academy next. I'm gonna be broke by the time I actually get to shipyard 66. I'm gonna be broke. But I'm gonna be able to get there quicker than I had originally anticipated. As long as they keep up with what they've been doing. Because I think like one more event store like we've been having, I should be able to it's only like 13,000 ore that I need, and that's like end of week one of one of those event stores. And then it's it's a matter of getting whatever gas and crystal I need too. I've been very fortunate since my primary ship is battleship that I haven't had to have much spent on gas other than a little bit of research and a little bit of buildings. But even then with the G6, a lot of the good research has been tied into the hazard the hazard credits or whatever. So you can hang on to like your regular materials and just kind of focus on spending those hazard credits and still have your research move. It's counterproductive to the spend events, but it works well with everything else. It's not necessarily a lot to learn. It's just they kind of introduce you to a lot of it slowly in a way. Like it's more about the mindset change because you know things go from billions and trillions back down to thousands, and getting your mind wrapped around you know like a 7,500 titanium repair bill is a big repair bill is you know kind of a weird shakeup to take for a bit. But that was the goal too, was not to have to continuously add zeros to the point where they almost have to make up numbers. But luckily, you know, a lot of it stays the same. Yeah, that's something I'm trying to keep my eyes on too is building efficiencies. I don't remember which one of the buildings has that tied to it, but I just keep on reminding myself, okay, before you do your next G6 upgrade, make sure that you do that building so you have an opportunity to stack up a little bit, save a little bit. Yeah, the I haven't really done anything for the augment favors when it comes to the Sigma stuff yet. Um, I've been trying to make sure that I get the loot boosting and the reputation boosting up because the way that I looked at it, I had more than enough of what I needed at the time, and I was already planned on it before it was introduced. So I didn't feel bad about not taking advantage of it. But now that I've got most of that stuff settled in, I should be able to circle back and grab a couple of them. Which I'm usually crazy about making sure that I get the efficiencies done as soon as I can, but I think some of it kind of ties back to that mindset of it's only adjusting thousands instead of trillions, but it's also not as diluted either. I think this should finish off the event. Yes. See, like these events too, like where they're paying off the officer stuff, like Dr. Tahana there. Like it's not a lot, but still a good steady drip. And same thing with like Nesmith on the NSEA ones. Like you're not getting a lot of them, but you're still getting something. It's just icing on the cake mainly, but I don't think having the officer fully leveled is going to keep me from doing them. But wanting to get some more levels on some of them officers definitely gives me a little bit extra push to make sure that I do it. Oh, that's a trap. Even more of a trap than normal. I saw what was going on. Yeah, I'm one of those people that benefits from having that little extra oomph. Because that kind of ties into that getting double credit kind of thing almost. Because I'm getting my resources and getting my materials, and bam, there's an epic shard. And I know a lot of us look at just the top milestone on those things to determine whether an event's worth it or not. Yeah, I don't know all the ones that do apply to the ahead of the curve event, but I really get an extra sense of satisfaction when I see that there's a completion mark towards that one too. I don't target them specifically because I feel like just playing the game is a really, really, really reliable way to get them, or it has been historically at least, in my experience.
Hello.
Thank you for the follow, Skeletor. That's that's a throwback name right there. How you doing tonight, Skeletor? New Stickers doesn't have a, like a Skeletor PTS thing, do they? $60,000 rare splicers. That's a good payout. That's a real good payout. Finish the cube event. I just wrapped mine up too. It's it's a sense of accomplishment. It's hard to have it lined up just perfectly where you have those trial bells that you need. I wish every time that those things would pop up the way they're not supposed to, that you would actually get the stuff paid out to you. Because I think every 20 minutes or so, I've been getting the 1,500 payout for the officer recruit. I appreciate you stopping by. It has not been around very long, but I hopefully to be around for a while still. I think this is just over 3 months now I've been streaming. I'm ops level 65, and I am soon to be 66. Well, I shouldn't say soon to be. I am ready to be whenever it's appropriate 66. I have the operations building started. It's a matter of finishing it. And I'm not in a hurry to finish it because I don't have what I need to be able to make that direct drive for my next ship. And because I get the ship at 66. So as soon as I have enough stuff to do my shipyard to 66, then I'm definitely going to let it go. I'm going to push that as hard and fast as I can at that point. What about yourself? Op 67? Yeah. So you know exactly what you know exactly the point that I'm at then. I just got my reputation up like last month, I think, for both Federation and Klingon. So I get a little bit of choice on which way I want to go with ships. I've been battleship heavy, so I think I'm gonna definitely get the Koskari. Yeah, I was a little bit curious about doing like the next faction miner too. I've seen a few of those floating around in the deeper systems. I was kind of surprised to see people grabbing those. Yeah, I have a Negvar, and if I would have thought things out a little better, I probably wouldn't have gone the Klingon route in the beginning, maybe. But I think maybe even like getting to 70 under Klingon to probably going to end up being where I would want to be. Because then I can still have the cube at tier, whatever that is, 16, 17. I don't know if I've actually seen one. D6 only one Selkie, you need 168 miner with the gold skin. Yeah, that's true. I always forget about the skins that they added in. 'Cause, yeah, that gives you a lot of versatility. I got 3 Selkies right now. I'm an avid collector of such things, though. But being as I have 3, I probably won't go with another one. Because by the time I really get rolling with it, man, there's gonna be clogged up nodes up in the deeper reaches. I'm on server 34. We got a lot of G6 players right now. How many tiers have I been able to complete on this thing? That's almost halfway. So I finish this off halfway tonight, then I'll feel accomplished with that. Heck yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I really need to start doing more stuff of. Even like broken parts. Where did we end up with the faction rep? So that was almost 2 million tonight so far. I think I'm going to be able to make my goal of being able to hit superior by the start of next arc. Because that won't be next week. That'll be the week after. That gives me 2 weeks. That's definitely another thing to think of too, McCall. The G6 G6 parts and doing the actual resource mining actually pays off a little bit at the beginning. Especially with Tritanium. I always felt really good about having Tritanium. Yes, server 34. All right, D7 coming in that way. Skeletor's making me nervous. I don't know if I'm gonna get my first stream snipe or if he's checking his shit list to see if I'm on his shit list. You don't have a shit list. You know, it wasn't always necessarily a thing, but you know, with the with incursions and stuff, you get that opportunity to you get the opportunity to interact with people a lot more. Oh, you're in dark. I'm in cube. You've had an eventful month then. Well, shouldn't say eventful. Not necessarily eventful. Is it great that I wasn't certain what the heck was all been going on for sure. Yeah, he's a person that has vendettas for some reasons. I mean, we all get into our moments and stuff, but he's got a chip on his shoulder. Lobby that thinks he's good. Yeah, there's always gonna be that weird interaction point trying to paint people as good guys and bad guys and stuff, but when it comes to stuff like that, there's not really any good guys. But I've been on both sides of that. Is that like a quiet follow? Oh, subscribed. Well, thank you for the subscription. I still haven't learned all my sound alerts very well yet. I appreciate that, Skeletor. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, he was in Cube here for a while, and I don't know, he said some weird stuff about something something, and boom, gone. Thank you, Retro. I I've made some effort towards getting them. These aren't like sanctioned with an artist or anything. I did have a little bit of AI assistance with getting them, but after I after I do like a sponsor stream or something like that, I think I'm going to commission an artist to actually make some emotes. I just had to get something going to start with. And there's a lot of really good tools for making some of the stuff here. Oh, you've only been playing for 2 years? Yeah, you've came in at a fairly peaceful time then. Or a reasonably quiet time at least. Yeah, like 2 years ago, I was in MBD and we were warring with like Nona and stuff. That was that was getting brutal. Yeah, the MBD and Nona merged into NSA. It's kind of an interesting thing because they've been aggressive pretty much inside of both alliances existence. But I think they had an opportunity through all of their fights and battles and struggles and stuff to get to know each other really well. I mean, most of the players were good on both sides. Like there was still cordial correspondences back and forth. It's just taking turns blowing each other's ships up. But everybody realized you could still have a pretty decent time with it. And I know like there was times where we still had, like a shared Discord channel together. After getting through some of the stuff, was like one of our reparation steps was to have, like a clear communication channel between the alliances to address issues in a very short manner, which worked really well. It actually opened up relations and fostered friendship, really. Just being able to talk. The PvP game is really hard to, I don't know. Like you can learn some crews for sure, but sometimes like when everything's on like equal footing and everything, it's hard to learn because some of that boils down to like RNG and research stuff that you really can't see into. I feel like this cube is filling up faster and faster every time. Like I might need to put like data or who else does extra cargo capacity below deck? I think there's at least one more. Yeah, you can only catch so much on the way up if you're doing the spend. I've It depends on how you spend. Like you have to spend hard to catch everything. But even then, some of that stuff like is based on your ability to spend. So like you can dump a whole crap ton of money into the game, but sometimes actually having the ability to use the currency in the game is a limiting factor more than having it. Like that gets to be one of the fun things like right now with the level 70s are hitting the wall where they really can't spend on anything but like crap ships. So that gives some of us others an opportunity at some of these spend leaderboards. I'm sure I'm sure you hear about that a little bit from some of your guys. Yeah, G7's definitely around the corner. That's a definite gimme. I mean, it's easy by looking at the leaderboards and seeing where people are sitting that yeah, cuz I don't know, I was just sharing the other night like even on our server like sitting at 65, I'm 129th. Like that's a crazy thought to me that I'm almost at 66 and I'm not even close to being in top 100 right now. Not saying my numbers are high or strong or anything by any means, but that just shows how far things have come. Like I think when they come out with G7, there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people that are ready to go to G7 compared to what it was with G6. I think G6 on our server there was only like 15 people that made the jump in like the first month. Maybe even 15. Maybe even the first 3 months. I don't really remember back that far, but like the leaderboards were a shoe in for a while until they took the leaderboards down to the top 15 or top 10 or something like that. You're level 41. Yeah, you're at that point where they're doing all the content that you can still reach into it and they're accelerating your gameplay to get you up to that next level. I know they're making a push for Power 41. Yeah, that's right. You said Op 67. I was confused there for a second. I was like, thought he said 67, but then I was like, maybe that was somebody else. Yeah, 41st. Yeah, and I imagine that there's a lot of us that are in that 64 to 65 range. I kind of wish you'd be able to see that all in like one quick snapshot when you're looking at the power leaderboard, be able to see people's levels in that. But I know you can pull up the stfc.wtf site and take a look at it from there and get a bigger picture, an easier picture, see the spread on ops levels and stuff better. That officer shard acquisition one keeps on popping up, and I get confused every time because I'm like, why am I getting more credits? What did I accomplish? I didn't think I had anything. Yeah, I think about this time last year, I was sitting around like 25th or 30th, and I took a little bit of time off last summer. That was something that we've really been pushing in our alliance is telling people to like just take whatever ship they can to get as far out as they can to start one, and we've been doing really good with that. I have trouble remembering that I can open up spatial rips. My eviscerator was very, very, very low level. That was a very low priority item. So fairly recently. So now I'm getting to the point where I think I can start getting people into some of the deeper G5 systems. Because there's a lot of times there where they're like, hey, can you open up a spatial rip? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. My eviscerator doesn't go that far. But I also have Vindicator. Vindicator is getting up to the point where I can help with the people that are starting them too. Yeah, that's one of the alliance tournament things that I'm working on is to make sure that I get the prime for that. I actually took a spending break from this game over the last year. This month was the first month that I actually bought the battle pass. But the way that they've turned the game around here over the last year is really, really brought me back in for sure. Well, they have those primes in the well, I don't have my augment faction where it needs to be yet. Is that one of those things that comes after you have con? Or is that like reliant things? Not something I have access to quite yet. Oh, the Ferengi chest? Is that one of those things that I've been skipping that I shouldn't be skipping? Ah. It doesn't take a lot of them either, really, because that's 100 of them. 10 of those is one of the redemptions in that. More things to focus on. The rares are a good, easy one for me to do double pulls on usually, because I'm in the 60 systems quite a bit. I don't know if those I don't know if those were in there from every level or not, but that's definitely one I've been missing. It's kind of like like the discovery weekly chest that you can do where you get your 24 days of speed ups. Like if you aren't paying attention, that's an easy one to sleep on, but man, that's a really good payout for speed ups. That's an easy one that a lot of people forget about. I was kind of surprised they didn't ever offer any kind of a conversion for normal speed ups over to Sigma like they did with the regular resources. Try and mirror for Sigma speed ups, yeah. That's one of those things that I need to get doing. I think after I get done with the augment grind, that's probably going to be a good habit to keep up and stay in practice with. Yeah, and I've been sitting on a good portion of exocomps too. Where are we sitting? 35,000. So that's like 3,000 tonight. Or 3 million, excuse me. Yeah, over the next hopefully week I can finally get that superior. I feel so bad for not being caught up. Letting myself fall behind. I didn't think like I was falling behind, but I definitely there are people that are way further ahead of me for sure. I think it's about that time that I wrap up. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate the opportunity to spend some time with you. I think we'll probably go right into DJs. He just started a little bit ago. So he might actually be into doing some content by now instead of just farting around getting started. He's got a hype train going right now. We might be able to sneak in and get a little help with that one. All right, again, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate the time tonight. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Next stream will be on Thursday. Have a good night. Thanks.